Hi there, welcome to the Strategic Advisor Board. I'm Dr. Bruce Rippee. I'm doing a series right now on supplements that I think everyone should take. I like to work with the executives on down, the people that you serve as the executive, your employees and staff. I think that if you do it right, they're going to do it right. They do look up to you and it's important. If you want to get in contact with me or my company, Dr. Bruce at brintmed.com, DRBRUCE at BRINTMED.com. You can also find me on LinkedIn. This one is going to be about probiotics. The short answer for all of my executives that come to me for health and wellness, they ask me, are probiotics necessary? Yes, they are. They're absolutely necessary for lots of reasons. One, we don't get the bacteria in our diet that we used to. We used to consume bacteria, and then our bacteria would react or act upon that bacteria. Some of that bacteria would populate our gut. And if you can understand how important this is, you are made of 70 to 100 trillion cells. You have 10 times that number of bacteria in your gut. It's so important to our immune function, to our musculoskeletal growth, to our sleep, and everything that you can imagine. It is absolutely vital that we do two things. One, take probiotics because you're not getting them anymore. We don't eat dirt. We don't just rinse off the vegetables that came in from our garden and consume them anymore, ever. The other thing is our diets are generally very low in fiber, at least the kind of fiber that really takes a lot to break down. Your bacteria will attack that and it will eat it. It's what it consumes, the cellulose. It'll break that apart. Not only does it make bowel movements better, but it will also cause you to have much less illness. It has been posited, let's say. The research is slow out there because there's not some huge drug you can create on it, but the research is out there right now that about 1/10 of the population gets enough bacteria, and it's probably the cause for about 50% of our colds, flus, and viruses. Isn't that interesting? Yeah. So what happens is bacteria will attach to your gut lining and it will produce an antibacteria, which is actually what we get when we give somebody antibacterials. We are actually causing an antibiotic, we would call it, right? What happens is it sits into the colon somewhere or into your gut somewhere, and it begins to grow so that no one can take over its spot. It gives off this antibiotic. It wants to kill a little moat around it so that nothing can get through. That is exactly what antibiotics do. In fact, that's where we got antibiotics. We take the extracts of what these bacteria and molds and so forth produce, and we extract that and we isolate, concentrate, and purify it. So that's what an antibiotic is. So if you have enough gut bacteria, if you have enough, you're not likely to go to Mexico and get Montezuma's revenge. You know, really, you can fight off a lot of this stuff. So a couple of things. Eat the stinky cheeses. They're worth your time. They really are, if you can, right? Eat the stinky. Believe it or not, that bacteria is super important. Before you travel or go anywhere outside the country, make sure you are taking for at least a month a good probiotic, and you're taking it every single day. You want to have that coating the inside of your intestine because they will fight, those bacteria will fight as mercenaries for you and your immune system by creating its own antibiotic, right? And then I would say probably water is really, really important in this, but fiber is unbelievably important. You need to consume things that you can't really digest. Celery, you get it, right? All these good fibrous things. Raw, fresh fruits and vegetables are absolutely important in our diet, and it's very likely, in fact, 9 out of 10 of us don't get enough of that. So we need to address that issue. So here's the thing, a probiotic capsule, absolutely. I take one. I think it's really important, one a day, really important for your gut health and for your immune health. And then make sure you're eating enough fiber to feed it because that's what it eats. It doesn't really eat meats and proteins. It doesn't really eat fats and oils. It eats cellulose. So you need to have make sure you get enough diet, soluble and insoluble, in your make sure you get enough fiber, I should say, in your diet. Okay. I will continue this, and I have some designer supplements that people talk about and wonder, hey, is this good for me? Does this really help with cognitive health and all of that kind of stuff? Some of those the answer is a resounding yes. Everything from erectile dysfunction to immune system, but I will address those the next time. In the meantime, please get a probiotic. It really is important to you, and be an example of what's possible.